Quad Zwei. I am Shawn Tolley. I am the leader of Rutsungo Marimba, and I thought I'd do a little tutorial on the instruments that we use, since a lot of you may not know about them. This is a Zimbabwean style marimba. It is tuned in this case specifically to what we call an ORF tuning, which allows us to use some of our other instruments in the classroom, which I'll show a couple pictures of as well. So when we play this particular instrument, it's laid out in a pretty standard Western scale. So you have from this red dot here to this red dot here is C to C. Those dots are there specifically to help my students find their way around. This green dot right here in the middle is G. Now I know some of you watching this may be musicians, and you may have already figured out there's an extra bar across this scale. So a traditional Western scale has 8 notes in it, from 8 to 8. That's why we call this an octave being 2 notes apart. The Zimbabwean marimba actually includes an F sharp right here. So this note right here does not fit into a standard scale. So if I wanted to play a standard C major scale, I'd start at C, and I would actually skip over this bar, this one right here, right next to the green bar. So that would sound like this. So I'll do that again really slow. Can you see that skip? So we have, there's F. I'm going to skip over this bar to get to that G. If I kept it in, we of course have an extra note in there. That allows me to switch quickly between a couple different scales. I can do C's, of course. I can also play D minor and D major in that same kind of system, using just the notes that I have here without extra bars. On like a piano, you would see an extra key here, here, and here, as well as, you'd see an extra key here and here, as well as here, here, and here to make those extra notes. So I want to show you the song that we're working on right now. I'll show you all the parts to it. It's a song called Round and Around. And it's a very simple kind of starter song. It starts off with a very easy bass line that begins on D. The whole song's in D minor, and it's D, D, A, D, 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 with the rest, following basically to the beat. The baritone part, at the same time, actually plays the beat itself on a broken D minor chord. So D, A, F, A, D, A, F, A. Now that is actually a tricky bit for our beginner students because of the rest at the end of the bass bars part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So going on from there, we're going to show you next is the kind of first lead line. So you have a melody and a counter melody. The melody is, of course, or D, D, E, F, F, G, A, G, F, E, and it cycles back around. The song is actually a round, which means that they can play that as a round. The counter melody part to it starts up on A, and it plays that broken chord. So you have A, F, F, D, 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 with a rest again, which really throws off some of my students. They want to play in that rest. A, F, F, D, 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 D. Okay, so a quick heads up. Sorry if everything is off. My camera died. So my position may be different, but just I want to go over the different parts. I want to play them all for you, and then I want to kind of give you some hints if you want to play this at home, or hints if you're a teacher trying to teach this for the first time. So I showed you the different parts, spoke them out loud to you. I'm going to play the different parts for you now, and I'll also review those beats and say the notes out loud. I'll play each part, say 4 times, so you can hear each part together. And then pretty soon we will have the ability to put all of this together in an audio format for you to listen to on our Patreon. If you're interested, our Patreon is patreon.com/Rutsungo. Rutsungo is R-U-T-S-U-N-G-O, is the name of our ensemble. Please go to our Patreon if you are able to. So the bass part starts on D. It's basically just D and A and D, mostly to the beat. So that's D, D, A, D, 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 It's written with a high D, so it could actually be played. I can't show you my whole instrument right now, so I wanted to give you a sense of it. I do that with most of my groups because they share instruments. All right, next up we have the baritone part, which is simply D, A, F, A. That's on the beat constantly. So this is actually kind of the base of your group along with the hosho. So that is D, A, F, A, D, A, F, A. And again, that breaks up it's a broken D minor chord, basically, so D, F, and A. Then you have the counter melody on the tenors or altos, depending on the instrument you have, which is, of course, another broken D minor chord, but in this case it plays with the rest at the end, just like the bass does. So that's that D minor chord. Remember, this bar right here, right to the left of the G bar, which minor indicated with these green dots, is not a bar that you're going to want to play almost in any of the songs that I've played so far. And then we have the melody line, which is of course the more complicated one. It's a great one to start off kids who are really excited about marimbas on, or yourself, to give them some of that practice. So that is So if you are interested in trying this at home, one thing I like to do, piece of paper, put a bunch of bars across it. This will give you a chance to practice, and you can start practicing those patterns. If you didn't notice, it's a very simple song with very simple patterns that gets played over and over again, mixed together, layered in, different ways of playing it together. We added a drum part to ours, as well as the hosho part. You could also get a hold of just a kind of standard Orff instrument, which if you don't know those, this is a standard Orff instrument. These are used a lot in schools. They have removable bars, which allow you to get there. They do not have the F sharp. They have just that G there. And so the part would actually look very, very different. I'm going to shift down so you can see C to C. The part would actually look a little different for most of those. So you have most Zimbabwean instruments are played to this Orff scale, so that allows you to use these different Orff instruments. Sorry, that was a C in there. And you can hear it works together pretty well. The big disadvantage to the Orff style instruments is they don't work all that great and can actually pop off. All right, so I think that'll do that for this training video. Again, please visit our Patreon account, which is patreon.com/Rutsungo, RUTSUNGO. You can also find our Facebook page as well to hear more. But yeah, join us, support us, whatever you can do. We appreciate anything. Thank you.